Wash away the pain with the soda. 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 Dipping in the brains and the bro. 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 Wash away the pain with the soda. 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 Dipping in the brains and the bro. Dipping in the brains and the bro.
Okay.
Hello everyone, this is 50 Half Full. We have David Bernstein. And hello everyone, we have David Bernstein. And on the other 50 half, we have Bennett Angle. The other 50 we have over here is
Jeremy Hope.
One of the hosts. Chris Christie.
No, alright.
Chris Griffin.
Alright, so David Bernstein's with us. Obviously you probably noticed that me and my co-host both have Cavalier gear on, and our guest David has some Chicago Cubs gear on. He's got a lot of it on.
Yeah.
You wearing Cubs underwear?
Haven't bought that yet.
Not a true fan. Anyway, back to the show. David's here is a avid sports fan, avid Cubs fan, and recently the Cubs just won the first World Series in, 108 years?
108 years.
108 years. Congratulations to the Cubs. Are they all on steroids? Probably.
Yeah, probably.
If you play football, folks, don't play football. You're going to get a lot of concussions. It's a loophole.
I mean, they're all on painkillers too.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Toradol?
Yeah.
That's the big painkiller in football. They are such a fun team to watch. They really, I've been a Cubs fan basically my whole life. I really started watching them when the 2003 team, the year, the Steve Bartman year.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Steve Bartman. He's a huge fan of ours.
This has been really the funnest team to watch. I really ever sorry. I really ever Cubs were my first real sports team that I followed and stuff, and I followed them through the Derek Lee years, if you remember him, and then there was those 2008-2009 teams.
Oh.
Both of those they both got swept in the playoffs, in the divisional series with Alfonso Soriano and who else was on those teams? They were old, and then the Cubs just sucked. They sucked for 4 or 5 years. And then Theo Epstein, we picked them up from the Red Sox, and he basically was it's a 5-year plan. We're gonna suck for a few years, but then in 5 years we're gonna be the best team in baseball. That's basically what he said to Tom Ricketts, and they sucked. They had their first ever 100-loss season.
100 losses, folks.
They had, and I think the next year they lost 90-something games. But then both of those picks, the first one was Chris Bryant, the second one was Schwarber, and Theo traded for Anthony Rizzo from the Padres. He brought in Jed Hoyer to be his general manager, and he built the team basically from the ground up. Traded for a bunch of guys, built a really credible farm system so that he could then also trade for other players. The Cubs got so many great players through trades: Arrieta, Stroh, Chapman. I don't want to have. I don't know if I want to have Chapman back on the team, but he did help us win the World Series.
Why? Because he...
Yeah.
You're a bitch! I'll beat your ass, bitch!
And then Schott
I'll
is...
beat your... Bow, bow, bow! Bow, bow, bow! Yeah! Great life choices.
Off-season, yeah.
They're happy in Chicago, folks.
But yeah, so he built the team from the ground up and built a really good... I mean, the best team in baseball this year. And the first team to win the World Series in... at least on the north side of Chicago in 108 years. And they had, I think the players were all really credible. They were all, I think that the Cubs are going to be back and at least in the hunt every year at least for the next half decade.
Hunting those little fucking deer out there, just sniping them off. Cubs with the gun, deer out there running through the woods. It's almost Thanksgiving, folks. Go get you a turkey, cook it up with the family, season it with Dr. Pepper. Yeah, I love it. We got a couple gifts for our guest. Well, they're not gifts. He's gonna have to win them off in an auction. But the first one is a signed Wilson official size weight Michael Jordan Pro 23. Autographed and everything. It's pretty freaking sweet. This is going for about $500. You interested?
Michael Jordan was my childhood hero.
Here, hold it in your hand.
It's real, folks.
Jordan shot with that ball.
Was it
before Game 6?
Before Game 6?
Game 7 or maybe
No,
I think it was Game 8 when he hit the shot over Kobe Bryant.
Exactly. That was incredible. An image that will be remembered.
We also have here a foul ball caught by myself at the World Series. Wait, actually, alright, I was lying. This is a ball from the World Series caught by my co-host Chris Christens. And we're here to auction it off to either one of you who wants to buy it.
All over World Series.
You want to touch it? This is, snack. How'd you snag it? I thought it was like, Here, toss it. I'll try to catch it in here. Foul ball. Oh, got it in the beer, folks. That's going to be on ESPN in the morning. Sporadic. Lost, Unforgiven, Biography, Manipulative, Cheater, Liar. Who was that?
Both presidential candidates.
Woo! Rock the zinger! Yep. Alright. Yeah, let's think about this for a second. Ask him the one question that we always ask.
Now, we have a team here that won, that overcame a 3-1 lead. Is the NBA rigged?
Is the NBA rigged? I don't think so. I think you need to have like one of the 10 best players on, or at least one or two of the 10 best players in the NBA on your team to win right now, but it's not rigged.
Sweet. Okay, so brings up an interesting point here. Okay, so would you have rather seen Donald Trump become president or the Cubs win the World Series?
You know
Only
what?
one can happen.
And I thought like the day after that I could sort of talk myself into being okay with Donald Trump being president, but then like...
Well, like I was saying, I was disappointed when the Cavs lost. Kind of hit me dead in the heart.
How can you say Trump is a racist, sexist, and whatever else, then protest or riot in the streets conducting the same activities you accuse him of?
What?
Why do I feel like we about to relive 1945 through 65? Red Scare, parentheses Trump, and Julius Ethel Rosenberg's parentheses Clintons. Like, yo, Hillary literally did treason. As we should have learned multiple times throughout school, treason is the government equal to murder. Trump too should be in jail. Not just the accusations, but not paying taxes. Gary Johnson, on the other hand, smokes weed. Why the fuck didn't y'all choose him? Obviously, the people who hate Donald Trump have never once actually listened to a full speech by him, or they would not think he's a racist or sexist. I mean, really, people believe any kind of rumor they hear or see on the media. So, if you haven't heard a full speech of Donald's, then don't even speak and say about how much you hate him. You must really be clueless.
If you guys didn't know, Lincoln was a Republican. He was a Republican. It was the Republicans that were abolitionists back in the day. But then, it was FDR that changed the Democratic Party to be more the party of the workers, a lot more liberal, in using the New Deal, and like, if you guys remember, like the alphabet soup agencies and whatever. And he brought the Democrats to a much more liberal party, and then that went forward with Kennedy, and then Lyndon B. Johnson probably was the most. I think he was one of the most progressive presidents. Really, with he was the guy that passed the Voting Rights Act. He was crass. He was an asshole, from what I understand. Like, if he wanted to like belittle people, he would whip his.
Racist.
He was racist himself. And he
that kind of sucks, Lyndon.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have done that.
He would whip his dick out like at people.
That's funny.
Honestly.
He's probably got a chode.